Now we are solving question number 7 of this differentiation of A2 level. The diagram shows the curve y is equal to sine cube of x into cos of x square root, where x lies between 0 to pi by 2, and the maximum value of this point is n. Using the substitution u is equal to sine cube of x cos of x, u is equal to cos of x, find the integration to find the exact area of the shaded region between the curve and the y-axis there. So the curve lies between 0 to pi by 2. They are both inclusive, where u is equal to cos of x. We know that the area of this equal to a to b limit y d of x is the area for this curve here. So we are going to use this part u is equal to cos of x. Then du will be equal to minus sine of x into d of x there. Now we will put into this formula area is equal to 0 to pi by 2 is the limit for this sine cube of x into cos of x square root into d of x. So first we have to change the limits also here. If it is 0, u is equal to cos of 0 and that thing is equal to 1. If u is equal to cos of pi by 2, cos of pi by 2 is equal to 0. So the limits are being changed from this value of 1 to 0 there. So area is equal to 0 to, for 0 it is 1 and for pi by 2 it is 0 there. So 1 to 0 we can write it as it is there. Then sine cube of x is written as sine of x into sine square of x into cos of x square root into d of x there. That thing will be equal to 1 to 0. Sine of x into d of x is basically equal to minus du into sine square of x is written as 1 minus cos square of x into cos of x as this square root into du we have already written there. Now we will substitute cos of x there. This minus is there, so the limits are changed and that will become 0 to 1. 1 minus u square into u power half into du. Because 1 minus cos square x is sin square x, that thing is equal to this. U value is cos of x, so it is square root of that into du as it is there. So now we are going to substitute this equation for the integration of that part. So it should be equal to 0 to 1 u power half minus u power 5 by 2 into du. This is going to be equivalent to u power 3 by 2 over 3 by 2 minus u power 7 by 2 over 7 by 2, and the limits are 0 to 1. That thing is equal to 2 by 3 u power 3 by 2 minus 2 by 7 u power 7 by 2, and the limits are 0 to 1. Now we put upper limit first. It should be 2 by 3, 1 power 3 by 2 minus 2 by 7 into 1 power 7 by 2 minus u is 0 there. So that value will be equal to 0. So this value will be equal to 2 by 3 minus 2 by 7. And that value will be equal to 20. 1 is LCM. 7 2s are 14 minus 6. So that is equal to 8 over 21 is the area for this curve with respect to this point 0 to 1 of this sine of x, sine square of x, cos of x square root into d of x. After changing it into the form of the substitution, you got this answer as equal to 8 over 21 there. Showing all workings, find the x coordinate of the m, giving your answer correct to the 3 decimal places. Since it is the product and you are finding the m coordinate, which is the maximum point of that, so you will find dy by dx and then you put it equal to 0. So for this portion, dy by dx is equal to cos of x square root s is into 3 sine square of x into sine of x derivative is cos of x plus cos sine cube of x as is into 1 over 2 cos of x power minus half into minus sine of x there. We may write it dy by dx is equal to cos of x square root as is into 3 sine square of x, and sine x derivative is cos of x plus sine cube derivative as is into 1 over 2 cos of x power minus half into cos derivative is minus sine of x. And that thing is equal to 0 because m is the stationary point or the maximum point of this curve there. So this expression will become 3 sine square of x into cos of x power 1 and power half, that will become 3 by 2 minus sine of cube x into sine of x will become sine of 4x over 2 into cos of x power half. It is shifted in the denominator and that thing is equal to 0. Now taking cos of half x as LCM, this will become 6 to the 6 sine square of x into cos square of x, because cos of half x into cos of 3 by 2x will become cos square of x minus sine of 4x is equal to 0. If you cross multiply, this thing will be equal to 0. So this expression will be equal to 6 sine square x cos square of x minus sine of 4x is equal to 0. Now taking sine square of x as common, it is 6 cos square of x minus sine square of x equal to 0. If sine of square of x is equal to 0, then sine of x is equal to 0, then x is equal to sine inverse of 0, which is 0, pi and 2 pi, but they are not in the range of this n point, which is in between 0 to pi by 2. So these values will be rejected. Then 6 cos square of x minus sine square of x is equal to 0, or 6 cos square of x is equal to sine square of x, or so this is going to be equivalent to 6 is equal to sine square x over cos square of x. That thing is equal to tangent square of x is equal to 6. Tangent square of x, tangent of x will be equal to plus minus square root of 6. But since m is the maximum point on the right side of the origin, so negative value will be ignored there. So tangent of x is equal to square root of 6, or x is equal to tangent inverse of square root of 6, or x value will be equal to 1.183. Is the value of x for the m coordinate of this curve there. So this is the answer of this x value up till 3 decimal places, which is equal to 1.183. So this is the complete solution for this question number 7 of this differentiation topic.